offensive lineman for the past 2 years. Somebody who was being talked about like they were the future of Baltimore Ravens. Almost. Somebody who was literally untouchable, never saw the bench. They still remain unsigned. Make it make any kind of sense. I'll wait. You got anything? No, you won't. Why? Because it doesn't. It doesn't make sense that, number one, the speaking of, he still remains unsigned. But why? After week, John Harbaugh sticking his neck out for Daniel Faalele. John Harbaugh telling us, fans, we ain't no telling me they didn't know what they were talking about and continuing to defend Daniel Faalele.
The tundra may not quite be frozen, but it's getting there as we work our way through December. The radar today, however, is clear at Lambeau Field in Green Bay. Today on to Week 15 in the NFL, and we've got a good matchup in store, as it'll be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Green Bay Packers.
Chris Boswell is set to kick off.
On to get us started now, the kicker, Chris Boswell. And off we go from Lambeau. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Right to the air. Here's Stafford. And incomplete to open things up. You talk about this Rams defense. They're currently 21st, Charles, in the NFL against the run.
Stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
What's the difference? Oh,
he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So 2 incompletions have led them to an early 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford.
Oh my God, dog. That's crazy.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well. From the gun, Bigsby. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. The Packers had 8 and 5 to start play, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Here's Stafford. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Not the warmest starts throwing the football. He was 1 for 3, now 1 for 4 on the opening drive.
So getting him comfortable is the key. And for him, it might be different than what we think is comfortable. We're probably thinking swing passes, easy check downs. Some guys, they're better off throwing it downfield. That's what really loosens them up.
Here's Stafford. That's going to be caught by Bigsby. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 38-yard line.
That's good. For the Packers, first down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Now a handoff to Bigsby. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Rams, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
A 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. To throw is Stafford. That ball caught by his rookie wideout. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Middle. Set.
Back to throw, Stafford. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. From the 20, here's a 2nd and 4.
We go set. 280.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Chigakonkwo. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Looking to put a drive together. You see Purdy, he's going to shift him around. A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And he stopped immediately there. 2nd and 9. Now they'll shift things around.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Quick throw to Collins. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Robinson will try to pick it up. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46.
It's a gain of 11. And the Rams first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
This one left side caught by Collins. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
Complete to Nico Collins. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
Robinson up the middle. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
And the Rams first down.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now Purdy. That's out wide here for Robinson. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back.
Get set. Get set.
Purdy looking to throw. Touchdown, Rams! DK Metcalf. He has career touchdown number 78, tying it with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Rams are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. No run back here for Jones. A touchback.
On the return, the Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
50-50.
For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. For the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Hey, 70. 32. 59.
From the 50, Stafford. And this one complete. It's Rashee Rice. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now it's Stafford. Jones has it. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Matthew Stafford, 2 touchdown passes in this first quarter. And the Packers have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And that makes the score 14-7. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too. Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Third down and 13. Purdy tosses out wide, complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Well, every lineman knows the rule. You only get a 1-yard buffer beyond that line of scrimmage, and then the flag is thrown, and he got tagged for it there. We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up. And Purdy, he's going to shift him around into something else. On third down, Robinson. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Oh, they're changing this at the line. An audible here to get a new look. They'll run for it with Robinson. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
First down. A gain of 16 yards. First down, Los Angeles.
And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield. Second down and 3. And now an audible here into something else.
Brings up second and 3 at the 50-yard line.
To the right side and complete to Metcalf. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
That's good for our Rams. First down. It's a gain of 6. First down, Rams.
That completes it again to Metcalf. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
Rams, first down. A gain of 12. First down, Rams.
Back to the ground with Robinson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's second and 13. Will go down as a gain of 6. Third and 7 now. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Third and 7.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The 22 is the line to gain here on third down. Throwing here, Purdy. Short throw, he's got Kraft. Well, I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Brings up 4th down and less than a yard.
How about this? They'll change it at the line. They throw it out right complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Rams take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal.
The kick is good.
Boswell good with the extra point. And we are tied at 14.
Chris Boswell set to kick off.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
Their own 35-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Packers. Make that now 3 first-half touchdown passes for Matthew Stafford.
And the Packers are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14.
Packers 21, Rams 14.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Rams take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it first and 10. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And it's second down.
Brings up second and 9 at the 31-yard line.
Now Purdy, he's going to change the look here.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw.
Short throw. He's got Kraft.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Makes it third and 2.
Well, looks like they'll move things around here. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson.
And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second.
First down.
As the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
First down.
Back to Robinson now on first down. That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
It's a gain of 11. That's another Rams first down. A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Los Angeles.
On first and 10, it's Robinson.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2.
Final play of the half, Purdy.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Jack Fox set to kick off.
The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10.
And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown.
Nico Collins.
65 yards. And the Rams come right out of the locker room and score here the opening minute of the third quarter. Extra point put through by Boswell. And we are tied at 21.
No run back here for Jones. A touchback.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44.
Second down in the yard.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Here's a give to Bigsby.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Complete to Jones. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 23 yards, the final tally.
At the 22-yard line.
Hey, 5 up. Middle. Hey, Red. Wait,
Out of the gun, Stafford. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
13-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on third down.
21. Alert. 22.
Stafford throwing quickly, complete out wide. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. They just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
10 at the 11-yard line.
Zebra. He goes set. Yellow 20.
And they'll run it here. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
He was brought down there by Julian Love. Second and 10.
32.
And 10 at the Rams 11-yard line.
Stafford now to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
280.
From the gun on third down, Stafford. And it'll be intercepted. Julian Love picks it. And the Rams are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it, because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows a defense to tighten up their coverage, and they pick that one off.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. And even 100 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
First down. A gain of 14. First down, Rams.
Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. That is incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
A quick throw completed by Purdy. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Oh, they're changing this at the line. 4th down try. Here's Purdy. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
That's to Kraft, the tight end. The 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Rams, first down.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Here's 2nd and 10. You see Purdy, he's going to shift him around.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Again, it's Robinson. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. Hand off now to Robinson. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Bijan Robinson with his 14th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Rams go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Boswell good with the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. In a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly. But here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they better take advantage of it, because otherwise, if they end up losing by one score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
He'll get this to his running back, Dowdle. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40.
Out of bounds at the 40-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Second down and 6 now.
Set. Middle. Waiting. Hey, 50. Hey, red.
Throwing is Stafford. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third. The Packers on third down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
Alert! 22!
Stafford. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Gets this complete to Shaheed. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Still a few inches short of the first down as they come up now on second down.
It's 2nd and inches at the 36-yard line.
That ball caught. It's Rice. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Throw to the right, caught by Cockrell. So the completion gets him just a yard. And it'll be 2nd down.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the Rams' 10-yard line.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
250. Like 7.
Now Stafford. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Touchdown, Packers! Rico Dowdle from 6 yards away. And the Packers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th.
Jack Fox set to kick
Now
off.
this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he is out of bounds right around the 34.
34-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back.
And Purdy, he's going to shift him around into something else.
And this is going to be intercepted. It's Tariq Castro-Fields who picked it. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown. In a tie game, fourth quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations the type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
At their own 33-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And can they regroup? That's the question. The pick six hurt, no doubt, but this is still a one-score game here in the fourth. This a 2nd and 8. Not liking the look. They'll change the play.
At the 35-yard line.
Ball to give. Here's Robinson. And he'll push forward to the 37, gain of 2.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
Purdy.
Complete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
Where will the pressure come from? 4th and 6 now. An audible here to get a new look. Purdy, big 4th down play. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
This offense in good shape. 2 timeouts and a 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Rams.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
Here's 1st down.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Throw there is incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Off the RPO, he completes it. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the first.
And now, since this brings up fourth down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a first down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
Now, how about this? They'll change it at the line. Oh, they're changing this at the line. On fourth down, here's Purdy. Short throw, he's got Kraft.
And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that third timeout would have really helped here.
Yeah, another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations. Well, you know me, partner. I never tell them to back off of being aggressive. But sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose. And just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. First down, fourth quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game.
And that touchdown, Charles, with very little time remaining, boy, it just sucked any energy and momentum out of the other sideline.
Yeah, take an incredible comeback in the final minute to bring this one back to even. A great series there offensively. They saw an opportunity to slam the window shut, and they followed through.
Jack Fox.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Here's Purdy.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their head.